Good evening, ladies, as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. This has been quite the up and down arena. One of my opponents had lethal on the board, missed it, and then I killed him the following turn. It was actually a mage, so I killed her. And then I played a couple of games where I made some mistakes myself and potentially lost the games due to those errors. So I know I've been whining a lot lately due to blaming all my losses on bad luck and stuff, but I think this arena is one where, yeah, I just didn't play skillfully enough. My deck's not outstandingly strong. It requires really good play to do well. And I've played well, but I have made some critical blunders. In one game, I waited too long to attack with my Assassin's Blade. And in another game, I extended against Consecration instead of making a safer play, and then I lost for that reason. Hello, 12345. Well, your name is so stupid, I kind of have to admire it. That, I'll pardon the numbers here and the dumb name. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and mulligan the 4-drop Silence. I get Assassinate instead, which is the ultimate silence. And Dark Iron Dwarf is a bit scary, because if this Crocolisk dies, which it's probably going to before turn 4, this Dwarf looks a little bit uncomfortable. It's just going to be a 4-4 for 4. Ah, okay, we got another creature. Now, I'm a big believer that you should play your 3/2s before you play your 2/3s. Because if the opponent coins into a 3 toughness 3-drop, you want to be able to take care of that shit. Mad Bummer. Okay, well, am I going to regret it? I am not going to regret it, because in fact everything misses my ooze, which is awesome. You know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should just play my 2/3s before my 3/2s. I feel like I've done that before, and then regretted it. So, when the opponent played 3 health things that I couldn't kill, I don't know. So this Crocolisk, whose death I predicted, might actually be alive on turn 4. Let's see. Oh my gosh, is it going to be a Chillwind Yeti or Ascension? It's a Water Elemental. Ah, balls. So even if I'd had the ooze out here, that still wouldn't have been enough to kill the Elemental. Well, I'm going to 2-for-1 into it. I mean, I hate doing this, but it's what you got to do. So she gets card advantage with that. And all I have to show for it is I've got a creature on the board, and she's used her coin. So that's about it. I also have a bunch of removal here that doesn't really do me much good at the moment. I don't really want to be assassinating anything. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus, 2 water elementals. So here's the thing. If I had something to do, I would actually sap this thing and do whatever it was that I had to do. But I don't have anything to do. So we're going to just assassinate this bitch and then hit her in the face before. So I haven't really done enough damage to her to really think about burning her out. I've used up my assassinate on a 4-drop. I got nothing to do next turn except for play the Abomination. Booty by Bodyguard. Alright, so do you sap this thing? Is that what you do? Or do you trade it and then play the Abomination? This does not help me. This is a key moment in the game. Whether I play this guy and then trade, or whether I sap and keep doing damage. The problem is, what am I doing with my turn after I sap? Playing a Crazed Alchemist and making a dagger? Is this what we're doing here? Alright, that's what we're doing. So I don't know if this is the right move, but it's the move I'm going to make. She seems not to have removal, or else if she did, she would have used it. She's a turn away from Flame Strike still. I'm hoping I can hit her for 6 damage down to 13, maybe. Well, she'll play the Booty Bay Bodyguard back at least, so 2 damage down to 17. I should not have done that. So I'm 2 cards down, because I 2-for-1 myself against a Water Elemental, and because I used Sap. And I don't really have much to show for it, so yeah, I don't know. I think I probably should have just traded. It's just, this is so underwhelming. Man, I really needed creatures to play that were better than Crazed Alchemist. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus, that's a 3rd water elemental. Alrighty. Well, I think I'm going to play the Abomination. I'm going to kill off the Sorcerer's Apprentice. And I'm just hoping, I'm hoping against all hope, that I can kill this water elemental with my Abomination, because if the Abomination can attack into it, and then the Abomination pops, the elemental dies. That needs to happen, because otherwise the elemental will start hitting me, and I will not be able to use this Assassin's Blade, which I now need desperately to finish the opponent off. Furthermore, she still has a Booty Bay Bodyguard up here, so she's got at least 1 taunt. Oh, this is looking ugly. This is looking ugly as balls. Because this is 9 damage, she's down to 5. I have to hit her with some creatures at some point, assuming I can get 4 turns of whacking through. Which is unlikely. Oh god. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. Oh, that's extra terrible. Oh god, this is so terrible. Oh jeez. Well, Life's a bitch, and then you die. You know, Dalaran Mage would have been good. That would have actually let me kill this elemental. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and Fan of Knives at least, which is good I have it. It could have been way worse. And I actually had to do some very careful thinking here. If I hit the elemental with my weapon, I'm actually going to be frozen next turn. I kind of want to be able to start attacking right away. So yes, I am going to play the Stormwind Knight. I'm going to use it to kill the elemental. I'm going to hit her for 4 damage. That Dark Iron Dwarf's been laying a beat down. Going to hit her in the face. And now she's got the Booty Bay Bodyguard back there, but if she cannot muster up 2 damage to kill this dwarf, the dwarf will trade into it. Does she have a Frostbolt or Arcane Missiles? She does not. Okay. So I can kill this guy with my dwarf and then use the Assassin's Blade. Interesting. Well, no, we gotta get the Assassin's Blade out here. That's just a must. Awkwardly, I can't really play these minions because they'll just die to the Worgen. So there's no point in doing that. A bit of an awkward top deck, this defender, but next turn I can play them both for a 3-4 taunt. She can, of course, trigger Wind Fury on this and start to get me down, and that looks like what she's going to do. What do I have that would let me win? Well, I got Shiv in there. I got another Fan of Knives to draw a card. I don't think I have any more charge creatures. Apparently I don't have a Stormpike Commando in this deck, although I thought I did. I got Backstabs, which don't do anything. I don't think I have any. I think I do have an Eviscerate. Do I? I don't know. Well, let's see if she has weapon removal or this thing. Or a taunt to stop this thing. That's not a taunt. Does she have a Sunfury Protector? That's not a taunt. Does she have a Sunfury Protector? No, she has an Echoing Ooze. Okay, so this is actually very scary because she has 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage. So she'll have 2 cards. I have a Dalaran Mage. Well, what I have to do here is a bit uncomfortable, but I need to play everything out. And then I'm going to hit her in the face. So I don't have lethal. And all I did here was just make it harder for her to kill me. A Flame Strike here would go a long way. She doesn't have it. She has a Taunter. Okay, that's bad. Because now my weapon is no longer the kill. That was a pretty good Faces Manipulator for her. She can kill everything I have. I can't get through this thing. I have to actually get my, what's his face? My Shiv. Which is the only card I can think of that will get through. Oh, I have a Spellbreaker, which would silence it. So I've got 2 cards that would win, and then Fan of Knives for a draw, and I think I have a Gnomish Inventor in there. She's going to throw everything at the Defender of Argus, which is pretty sensible. She's playing it safe. She's got 8, 10, 11 damage. I'm dead in 2 turns. I get Conceal! Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus Christ! Oh my god, Conceal. Well, that was a mistake. I used to think, oh, Conceal's not a bad card. No, it's terrible. It's been terrible every time. I am dead next turn, so my arena life is on the line with this top deck. Faceless Manipulator saved her. I mean, any taunt would have been really good, so I can't exactly blame it on the Faceless. But yeah, we're dead next turn. Can I get my Shiv? I get a Knife Juggler. Are you motherfucking kidding me? Well, balls. So Faceless Manipulator gives her a taunt. The taunt saves her. And I cannot get Shiv or Fan of Knives or Gnomish Inventor or anything, so we lose. Motherfucking unbelievable. Well, I had 2 chances to win. Those first 2 losses could have been wins if I'd played better. That game, I think that game, and it's a tough call. My friend Dan says if you ever get your opponent down to 1 health, you should just assume that you messed up somewhere. And maybe I did. Maybe I did. But it feels like I had an unlucky time there. Oh my fucking Christ. Stop covering up the button with the yeah, thanks. Alright. So, who's up next? Shaman, Rogue, or Warlock? Well, I did just play as a Rogue. So, and I think I've got 4 runs with Warlock on my record. So, I think it might be Shaman time, but let me just go ahead and check my stats real quick. If my internet would work. Oh, for God's fucking sakes. Please enjoy this elevator music while Papa Boris's internet doesn't work. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and play as a Shaman. Yes, my last run with Shaman was 0 wins, so we'll definitely look to improve upon that occurrence. And we're starting off with crap. So, I mean, not crap. I know Faceless Manipulator did just end my last arena, but I think these giants are pretty bad in the arena, so we'll take the Faceless Manipulator, which is sometimes okay, but usually I'm not that excited about that card. Okay, we'll take the Crocolisk over the War Golem. I think it would be a bit foolish to take it. And here we have a premier set of cards. These are all great. I'll take Zombie Chow for the aggression. I don't see myself being super aggro or anything, so I doubt the health gain's going to matter much. Stormforged Axe wins games. Cult Master, I'm officially excited to take that card whenever it appears because it's just won me enough games that I feel like its conditionality is far outweighed by its amazing ability, which is a word, I guess. And here we have a tough choice. The Ruby and Egg, I love that card. It's my favorite card from Naxrammas, but I'm finding that in Arena it just doesn't work very well. It's really difficult to get synergy. I've got this Rockbiter weapon, and that's pretty much it. So what I'll do here is just take a Sunwalker, because that's a really strong card. Wow. Oh my god. So we got the crap epic pick with the Faces. Now we have a premier epic. Well, I think the Sea Giant's got to be outclassed by both of these other cards. Doomhammer, though, I have seen it be underwhelming many times. I have seen it just run up against taunts and fail. So I'm going to take Earth Elemental. I think this has the bigger impact, but I'm sure some people would disagree with me on that. Take a Direwolf, because it's the only good card there. We'll take a Hex, because that's important. Take a Chillwind Yeti, because it's the only good card there, and it's amazing. Forked Lightning is an easy pick. Alright, so far, so good. Alrighty. So here we have a choice of sort of average cards. I don't want another 5-drop, so I'll take the Ghoul. And Mend Elemental is a good card, but I think a second Lightning Bolt is an easy choice there. We'll take a Violet Teacher, because it's great. This guy I hate. The Dust Devil is a funny card, so we'll take another Farseer. Sludge Belcher is an easy call there. Yes, I saw the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, and I do have, you know, a few 1-mana spells, but I think the Sludge is just too good. Take the best 2-drop in the game. And this is terrible, but I'm going to take a third Farseer. Not that I ever want to play with 3 Farseers, but I mean, it's just the other cards are not good. Alright, do I want this Ravenhold Assassin to finish out games? I think with Elemental and Sludge and Sunwalker, and some more cards to go, I don't want to commit to the 7-mana dude. So we'll take the Pyromancer just as a 2-drop. Ah, Fire Elemental, just what I was hoping for. Alright, another Rockbiter seems fine. Sen'jin over the Yeti. Always a good time when you have to choose between Sen'jin and Yeti. I just took the Sen'jin for some protection with the taunt. Now here, the Bomber fits my curve best. I don't like spiking 3 mana with this Elemental, even though it is a strong card. I've got, what, 3 Farseers, a Ghoul, and a Grizzly? I think this feels wrong. I mean, I've got 2 Lightning Bolts and Forked Lightning and Stormforged Axe, a fair number of cards, and even Earth Elemental, a fair number of cards to buff it up. But I'm gonna grab the Leper Gnome here. I still hate Mad Bomber, and the Leper Gnome is add some punch to my deck. Alright, we'll take a Fire Elemental, although I would have taken Zombie Chow otherwise, perhaps. And I have another Earth Elemental. Holy butternut squash. Well, Blood Knight has randomly won me some games, but I mean Earth Elemental, come on. So this is why I like to pass on expensive cards. It's so that, you know, if you don't get expensive stuff, then, you know, you have a low curve, and you can play things out more easily. And if you do get expensive stuff later in the draft, you can take it if it's really good. So I've got 2 Earth Elementals, 2 Fire Elementals. The one pick I'm really regretting, that Sunwalker. I could have taken, well, what was up? It was something good. I can't remember what was with it, but it was something good, and I kind of regret it, because I do have that Taunter now, but it makes my curve a little bit higher than I'd like. Okay, this is all going to get mulliganed. The Flesh-Eating Ghoul, though, I will keep. So why am I mulliganing Hex? Just because it's not good early on, and I'd rather play creatures than use Hex to kill something. The way you can think about it is, you know, you can play the Hex and kill something, or you can play a creature and just trade. So early on, it's better to play the creature and trade. Aaron, 1962, is this a 54-year-old man who advertises his birthday in his usernames like a 12-year-old on AIM back in the 90s? Maybe. Alright, he life taps, so his start is a slow one. Mine is painfully slow. Alright, I got the Farseer, though, so that's good. And I'm actually going to play the Farseer. And you might think, Boris, why are you playing the Farseer? If you play the Ghoul first, you know, you might not waste this Battlecry. But realistically, I'm wasting this Battlecry no matter what. And this Ghoul, with its 2 power, could be a real problem if he plays a 3 toughness 3-drop. So I think it was important to get the extra power here, since I was probably going to end up wasting the Battlecry in any case. Alright, Acolyte of Pain. Exactly what I'm talking about here. Now I can kill it, whereas if I'd had the Ghoul out, then I actually would have not been able to kill it, and he would have gotten an extra card out of it. So I think I made a good play there, in contrast to some bad plays I've made recently. And it's very, very, very lucky this Warlock had a slow start, because if he'd had a fast start, I would be in terrible shape. But because he has a slow start, I have now got this like full grip of insanely good cards, and I could just play them and be happy about it. So I am going to play the Earth Elemental next turn, even though that means I'm overloaded the turn after that. It's totally worth it because Warlocks don't have a good answer to this, except for Siphon's Soul, and it's a rare, and I'm willing to risk it. Because the advantage of having a 7-8 with Taunt far outweighs the potential risk of him having a particular rare to kill it. Alright, he's going to have Soulfire this. So he goes down a card, Soulfiring it, of course. But the advantage for him is that he got my thing out of the way, and he's life-tapping like Mary, so that's fine for him. Alright, so I could Stormforge Dax instead. The problem is I've got nothing to do with 3 mana. So I will just play the Earth Elemental and see if he's got Siphon Soul. If he does, I might very well lose this game because I can't even play Ascension. But I'm willing to risk one particular rare, which he might not have even seen in the draft, and which he might not have even drawn if he did see it. Plays a Summoning Portal, which I'm not a big fan of, and a Pit Lord, which is... Okay, well played. That's a pretty good use of Summoning Portal, I gotta say. So this thing is big enough to justify hexing. I could kill it with the Elemental, leaving it at 3 health, but then it would just die. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just hit that, and then I'm going to hex this. There's a risk to that, of course. There's a risk, because the risk is that now he's got this Taunter, and that might interfere with my plans. Whereas if I'd killed the Frog with the Elemental, you know, he would have had the Summoning Portal, but no Taunt. But I don't want to let him start the turn with a Summoning Portal. So, this seems worth it. Okay, so he plays a Sludge Belcher, which is a bit annoying, of course, because he now has more Taunt. But the good news is that the fact that he has this Frog here is kind of irrelevant now. I can play Fire Elemental, then I cannot play Stormforged Axe. I can play Stormforged Axe and Faceless Manipulator. Okay, well, what am I even talking about here? So we obviously Faceless Manipulate. That's a pretty good combo, I have to admit. And then Stormforged Axe. We'll use my first Elemental to kill off the Sludge Belcher, and then use the Axe to kill off Ooze. And I have a pair of 7-power tough guys, 7-5 and a 7-8, both with Taunt. It's pretty good looking here, pretty good looking. Not often you get to play double Earth Elemental in the arena. So the Faceless Manipulator that I maligned so heavily ended up being amazing here because I got Earth Elementals later in the draft. Note, though, that the Faceless Manipulator was definitely the correct pick, rather than either of the other giants. Mountain Giant and the Molten Giant, I would have still been waiting on them to be able to play them. Alright, he life taps, which I think is the right move. He's got to life tap pretty aggressively because he's in a tough spot here. I'm going to play the Fire Elemental to kill that thing. I will kill the Froggy, kill that thing, play Leper Gnome. And I'm actually threatening lethal here. 13, 15, 17 damage. So he has to do something about that. And it's a pretty big board to deal with as a Warlock. He could, of course, play Twisting Nether, which would get him back in this game, believe it or not. He'd then have 5 cards to my 4 plus a weapon. It'd be even Stevens. So yeah, Twisting Nether would be really great. That's an epic, of course. And it's an epic that, honestly, as a Warlock, I would pass on most of the time, unless the other epics were really junky. I would take a Sea Giant over Twisting Nether for sure. Probably Blood Knight or Big Game Hunter over it as well. Alright, I break my losing streak with Shaman. My last Shaman run had 0 wins. I dare say this one's going to do a fair bit better than that. Oh, look, if I can get one more win, I'll even get 40 gold for my trouble. Look at that. Oh, embarrassing. Man, my arena statistics are so embarrassing. My average wins, 5.7. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Before I started the stat sheet, my average was like 6.6 or 6.5 or 6.4 or something. And now I'm not even making it to 6 wins half the time. Oh god, what has happened? Well, anyway, maybe I'll make it to 6 wins this time. There was a time a while back when I reevaluated my standard of success. I stopped saying that 7 wins was successful, and I said that 6 wins was a successful arena. And then I kind of went back to 7 after doing well, but I think I might have to go back to like 5 now. Yeah, 5 is a successful arena, definitely. Way above average. Yeah, 5. 5's pretty good. Alright, we have a slow start again, because this deck is a little bit prone to those. No Leper Gnome and no Zombie Chow. Actually, this is a really bad start as the second player, or as the first player. I can Lightning Bolt something, but then I can't play any of my cards the following turn. It's ugly. Luckily, I am blessed with a second opponent who has a slow start, so that's good at least. I make a totem, which is spell damage, so I can deal 4 damage with this bolt. That is not likely to matter unless she, whatever, coins out a Demolisher or something. Crap. It's a slow start. There's no way around it. This Cult Master's pretty crappy. Yeti's good, but if she plays something here and next turn, I could actually be in a little bit of trouble. Alright, she plays an Ooze. Had to give thought, because of course I might have Stormforged Axe, but I don't. And I could Lightning Bolt that Ooze, but it seems a little bit pointless, because this Farseer kills the Ooze just as well as the Lightning Bolt does, and it does not stop me from playing a Yeti next turn. So by playing the Farseer, of course, I'm also losing my Totem, but I feel like that's worth it. It's worth it to lose the Totem. Alright, Murloc Tidehunter. I don't have any, what's-his-face, Lightning Storms, so that is a little bit of a threat. It's actually a bit difficult for me to deal with. Play the Yeti. And we'll see what happens now. I'd love to play the Fire Elemental next turn. Of course, Fire Elemental costs 6 mana for a reason. She has a Fireball for the Yeti, so I'm in a little bit of trouble. She's got the board advantage. I don't have any card advantage to make up for it. All I can do is play the stupid Farseer. Ah, okay. So, you might say, Boris, wait, don't play that Axe. It's going to overload you, and you can't play the Fire Elemental next turn. I think it's worth it to get that board cleared off and put the weapon in my hand. Next turn, I will play the Cult Master if I can trade the Farseer in for a card. It's not the most glamorous thing, but it's what I will do. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus Christ, I can't catch a break. Oh, and it's Water Elemental. Oh my fucking god. Well, this is getting uglier and uglier. Forked Lightning has got to happen. Yep, it's got to happen. So unfortunately, I cannot play the Cult Master. I would love to play Cult Master, throw the Farseer in here, Lightning Bolt that, and then Forked Lightning, but I don't have enough mana because of the overload from the previous turn. So what I have to do here is disgusting. I have to do this, this, and then just make a totem. So I'm overloaded. I cannot play the Fire Elemental again. I actually got a spell damage totem. It wouldn't have made any difference though. And yeah, all I can do is play Cult Master next turn. And I'm actually 3 cards to 5. So this is just terrible. I might get a card up from Fire Elemental. So that's something, I guess. She plays a rather underwhelming Reckless Rocketeer, which is fine. Okay. What I'm going to do here is Lightning Bolt this thing. I'll play Pyromancer. They might say, Boris, why'd you Lightning Bolt that? You could have waited a turn to kill it with Elemental. A good option now is better than the best option later. I just needed to get that off the board to keep this Pyromancer alive. She has 5 cards to my 3 soon to be 4. Big Game Hunter is good because I have actually 2 Earth Elementals here, so the fact that she just used this up is really, 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 really good. Now, that could be Mirror Entity, and I cannot check for it. If it is a Mirror Entity, I'm in trouble, so that's a really good secret. It's stopping me from playing Fire Elemental again. Let's see if it is Mirror Entity. It isn't. Okay, well, we'll trade this in for a card, so there is something good happening here. Sludge Belcher is nice. We'll play the Croc. Oh, it's a duplicate, I see. So, she actually has 2 Big Game Hunters now, which is scary, because now... she's probably not that jazzed about it. It was like, oh, fuck, I got 2 Big Game Hunters. But I actually have 2 Earth Elementals in here, so I can't play those until those are gone. I mean, you cannot play an Earth Elemental when you know your opponent is a Big Game Hunter. Flame Strike is a little bit underwhelming here. It just kills 2 creatures, but it does stop me from getting more cards. And here's Earth Elemental, which I cannot play. Hilarious. So I will play the Sludge Belcher and a Totem. The Fire Elemental cost more mana, but I feel like I've got to squeeze every card I can get. She's got 6 cards to my 3, soon to be 4, and I have a Totem, I guess. I've just got to squeeze the advantages out of here. So what needs to happen is I somehow need to get through all of her cards, and have her play out the Big Game Hunters. Fuck! 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 Oh no! I could have killed that thing with the Sludge Belcher and a Fire Elemental, but instead I can't. Alright, so the Rockbiter weapon's a pretty good top deck, because it and the Fire Elemental both actually dodge the Knight's untargetability. And I've got some creatures out here, so technically, look, it's like, you know, 5 to 5, but I mean, I can't play this thing, and these are all, you know, Dinkosaurus Rexes, other than the Fire Elemental. Luckily, she's used 2 Fireballs. She's used 1 on the Yeti and 1 on a Sludge Belcher, so hopefully she's out of Fireballs. Okay, please don't do anything stupid. Nope, stop. Oh no! She gets to kill both of my things. That's actually a really big deal. Okay, she's got 2 big game hunters here. Are you goddamn kidding me? Jesus, she got motherfucker. All right, so she has even mana left over to burn this. So she's got 2 big game hunters, and she's gonna have 2 other cards. I cannot play the Earth Elemental. I have a lot of dead draws. This isn't one of them, so I can play that. Wow, Earth Elemental. Duplicate on a big game hunter. Who would have frickin' thought? Oh man, that's what won her the game. She doesn't even realize that's what's winning her the game, but that's what's winning her the game. She's gonna draw more cards, which is terrible because it means she's not gonna play those big game hunters. Oh fuck. I need Lightning Storm. That was the. I mean, I got 2 Earth Elementals and a Faceless Manipulator, so I can't complain about the arena per se. But needed a Lightning Storm here. Needed a Lightning Storm, or I needed this mage to not have 3 motherfucking fireballs. Ah, balls. Balls, balls, balls. Okay, so she looks like she's going to use the Mad Bomber to kill my Searing Totem, which is pretty smart. Oh, nope. She's going to leave the Searing Totem alive. Let's see. Aha. Well played. So she's going to get an extra card out of the deal. Still holding on to 2 big game hunters. She can't possibly figure that I have an Earth Elemental, but she knows I've been holding on to this card for a while, so she might actually have a clue that I have something that I don't want to have. Big Game Hunter. This is the most ridiculous game. I mean, I could accept Duplicate on a Big Game Hunter, stop me from playing Earth Elemental, but 3 Fireballs, all on really, really critical creatures that I would have really needed to have live. Oh, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to draw a card and concede after this, because she's not ever going to play Big Game Hunter. Ever. Clearly. I have no good targets to hex. I mean, I can hex a 4/4. If I don't get something good here, it's over. Yeah, that's over. Alright. So, we're done here. I could have dragged that out, but I'm pretty sure that my odds of winning that game were close to 0%. She was never going to play those big game hunters. And she had amazing board advantage and was just... I mean, she was hitting me for like 10 damage a turn, so I was going to die very soon. Alright, that was fucking ridiculous. We're going to just move on and pretend like that never happened. Why is there an X indicating I've lost a game? I don't know. I can't remember losing any games in this run. I think it's a bug. I think the reason I have an X is because of it's a bug. Yeah. Yeah. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Now you might say that having 2 Earth Elementals is equally stupid, but that's fine. You can say what you like. Solgar the Paladin is our next opponent. Alright, finally we actually have a good draw. Not a slow one. If I am to have one opponent whose draw is quick, let it be this one, as opposed to some other ones, because I can actually play things. Zombie Chow is perhaps extra good against Paladins, because on turn 1, because Paladins just have so few ways of killing anything this early in the game, let alone a 2/3. His best hope is probably just to coin into a 3/2, so that they can trade. Alright, he's got a slow start, which is great, and I actually get a 3-drop to fill out my curve. Well, I would say that already I have the advantage, most likely. I mean, he might have some really strong plays or something to clear things out, but with a 1, 2, 3, 4 curve against a Paladin who passes on turn 1, I feel like I've got the edge. Let's see what he's got here. Alright, he's got a recruit. So I get to grow my ghoul a little bit, and I'm going to make a slightly technical move here. I will use the Pyromancer to kill the recruit. This does mean I deal 1 less damage to the opponent. But I'd like to keep things at 3 health, because I am tired of losing to Consecrations on turn 4. It's like, well, this is great. If he has a Consecration, it's not so good, and then they always have it. Especially because he has a slow start, that makes it a higher than average likelihood. He's actually got the coin, and he had nothing to do on turn 2. So it makes it a much higher than average likelihood that he is holding on to Consecration, True Silver, or any of those cards. Alright, Novice Engineer is a bit underwhelming. For him, that is. He's got a coin. He's probably thinking about using it. Is he going to? He is. Alright, what's it going to be for? A raptor. Alright, this is actually fine. So what I'm going to do here is play around Consecration hardcore. We're going to kill that like this. Well, okay, here's not that hardcore. I was actually going to trade the Pyromancer into the Novice Engineer to keep the Zombie Chow at 3 health. But, I mean, it seems kind of pointless now. So we'll do this. And I'm going to play this engine. Because in case he has a true silver champion, that'll make it harder for him to kill the ghoul. If he has Hammer of Wrath, that's fine. I just play the Sludge Belcher next turn and hit him for 5. So he's going to be at half health. Now, once the Zombie Chow dies, he's going to go back up to 20 if I hit him for 5. But that's fine. Okay, he does have the Hammer of Wrath. Why? Because Paladins always have what they need against me every single time. So I don't get to deal 6 damage to him, unfortunately. But we do get to play Sludge Belcher and hit him for 5. There's a slight possibility this Chow will actually not die with essentially 3 taunts protecting it, and he has no good reason to play Consecration, so he might just let this thing live and I can kill him before it becomes an issue. 6, 8, I have 11 damage actually, so we're really close to winning already. Molten Giant, alright, not bad. If he gives that taunt, I could actually be in trouble. Well, what I'm going to do here is actually maximize my board presence by wasting, well, nearly wasting both Farseers. So I've got everything at 3 health and above. If he has a quality Consecration, he actually wins this game, potentially. But as long as he doesn't have a quality Consecration, I win, because I just have such an amazing board presence here. Everything survives Consecration, so you can choke on your Consecrations, you motherfucker. And then if he gives this thing taunt, I might even be able to break through it.
Let me think.
Well, at the beginning of the game I said if I'm going to have an opponent to have a fast start, let it be this one, because my own start was fast. But he had a slow start. So this just goes to show this deck is incredibly powerful when it gets off to a good start. And even when it had slow starts, I did fine. Except for the mage who had motherfucking 3 fireballs. Alright, this is 11 damage on the nose. But just in case my math is off, let's flip a rock bite around here. And good game. Alright, that makes me feel much better after the last game. We still have time for 2 games, I think. So let's take our 40 gold and continue in the onward direction. 3 fireballs. Gotta stop looking back, boys. Gotta stop looking back. Those 3 fireballs never happened. So, I don't know if the arena's getting harder or I'm just getting worse. Logically, it would seem that the arena should get harder at some point. I guess the reason I'm so surprised that things have been so difficult is that after Nax came out, the arena seemed actually really easy. And I don't know why the Naxrammas expansion would make people play arena, who otherwise wouldn't. Right, we have VGod 11, the Paladin. Do you keep your Yeti here? I think so. I mean, I could have mulliganed it to double my chances of getting a Zombie Chow or a Leper Gnome on turn 1, but if I didn't hit those cards, I was just going to regret passing that Yeti. There is so much in this deck I don't want to draw right now. 2 Earth Elementals, a Faceless Manipulator, 2 Fire Elementals, and a Sunwalker. So, and even some like 5-drops like Sludge Belcher that I don't really want to see. So really, I think keeping this Yeti when you've got a turn 2 and a turn 3 play is solid. Alright, I'm hoping this guy passes on turn 1 so I can play the Croc. If he makes a play, I'm in an awkward position where I can either Stormforged Axe to kill it, or but then not be able to play the Grizzly next turn. Oh geez, it's going to be one of these things. That's actually really good, so this is why it's nice to have 3 2s. Oh man. This is just awkward. I'm going to do this. I hate this. I hate doing that. That's what I'm going to do. So next turn, I will either play the Crocolisk or the Stormforged Axe. Hopefully he just makes a recruit so I can feel comfortable playing a Crocolisk. If it had been a 3-2, I would have just played the Crocolisk out and tried to trade. But the 2-3, I didn't want that to get enraged when I didn't have a good way of dealing with it. Okay, so we're going to play the Crocolisk. I know don't let Paladins keep creatures, but I really want to play the Yeti next turn. And turn 3, with him having used his coin, he cannot Blessing of Kings. He can Abusive Sergeant and Divine Protector and Argent Protector, which would be annoying, but that's a 2-card combo, so I'll risk it. Okay, so he's got that thingy. That's fine. We will now play the Yeti. Or the Violet Teacher. You know, the Violet Teacher is big enough, and I might play Forked Lightning, so we'll try that out. See how it goes. Because this thing is probably going to kill my Crocolisk, and then Forked Lightning could be a good play. Get the Overload out of the way early on. Does he have a Hammer of Wrath here? Oh, he's got a Blessing of Wisdom. Well, that's fine, because the Violet Teacher does good for me, even if she's just sitting there. I'm okay with that. And he makes a Recruit, so he's got a pretty slow going here. He will kill that. Yep. Alright, do I play the Forked Lightning here? I think so. So what I'm going to do is think. Do I want to give him a card in exchange for getting rid of a 1/1? The answer is yes. So I'm going to let that Blessing of Wisdom be a 1-mana cycle. Play Forked Lightning to kill his things and get a 1/1. If I weren't getting a 1/1, I probably wouldn't be doing this. Play the Yeti. Next turn I'm going to have 4 mana, which is enough to do what I need. I'd like to obviously have 6, but at least I can play the Cult Master, which could be really good. Or if not, I can play the Totem and a Stormforged Axe or a Grizzly. So I've got lots of choices. He's going to humiliate my Yeti, which is fine. It's a good minion sweeper. Play a Golem, which is fine as well. And think. Yeah, I think I'm going to play the Cult Master here. I'll give him another card. I think it's worth it to get this Golem to die. And I'm going to trade this Student in for a kill and a card, which is really good. Farseer? Okay, the Farseer would be good. It would let me heal the Violet Teacher if it survives. If he Consecrates here, he's going to have just 2 mana left over. But these 2 things will die, which is annoying. Does he have Consecration? Of course he does. They always have Consecration. That should be one of my little proverbs. They always have Consecration. Not only no, necessarily not Flame Strike. There's been plenty of games where I like won because my opponent didn't have a Flame Strike, but Consecration just feels like they always have it. Alright, well he's not playing it, so maybe he doesn't have it, or maybe he doesn't want to play it. He should play it though if he has. That would kill 2 of my creatures, it'd be worth it. And leave me with a 1/3, definitely worth it. Sunwalker. Alright, that's lovely to see. So I can deal with this in a variety of fashions. I think what I'm going to do, though, is just hex it. Because really, if you're not hexing a Sunwalker, then what are you doing? So let's play not the Axe, either the Grizzly or the Farseer. The Farseer could heal the Violet Teacher to protect it. The Grizzly could protect it by stopping True Silver Champions. Well, I'm going to go ahead and heal it up, because this also protects it from True Silver Champion. We'll use the Yeti to kill the Frog. I'm going to hit him in the face for 4, and I'm not going to give him a card, because dealing 3 damage to give him a card is obviously a very, very bad trade. He has 7 cards to my bunch. Quality Consecration would probably win him the game. He has Consecration. See, I fucking told you, they always have Consecration. So the Cult Master and the Student dies. Does he have any really blistering follow-ups here? He does not. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do here is play my other Farseer, heal up this one. Kill that. I don't want to attack with the Violet Teacher if I can help it. Play a Grizzly for Shizzly. Make a Totem. Why a Totem? Well, in case he has another Consecration. This guy and this guy are already going to die, so I didn't want to throw another thing that would die. Alright, I've got a bunch of 3s here. That's a lot of damage. True Silver Champion kills my bear. And Senjin protects him from my attacks. Alright, well, that's a good turn for him. I think I have a pretty good turn myself, though. I think I do. Zombie Chow. Alright, so we're going to play the Axe. Use the Axe and the Farseer to kill that. Play Mr. Chow and a Totem. Play the Pyromancer here in case he has a second Consecration. Don't want to hold that back. If he has a second Consecration, this dies, this dies, this dies. This will die after he True Silver Champions it. So I'm going to go ahead and pass. Totem was a good flip. I had a 1 in 3 chance of flipping it that prevents the True Silver from killing my Violet Teacher off. Echoing Ooze, I have a feeling is about to get buffed. Alright, does he have a Blessing of Kings for it? Oh gosh, that could actually win him the game if he has Blessing of Kings. No, but he's a Divine Shield, so he's going to have a pair of 2/3 Divine Shields. Alright, well played. It's pretty good. Pretty good, I say. Alright, I don't have any Lightning Storms, which would be nice to have. Okay. Well, we're definitely playing Fire Elemental. And actually, I don't know what I want to do. Let me think about this. How do I deal with these guys? Ah, okay. I think I'm going to throw the Yeti. Pop one of them. Fire Elemental to burn it. Use my Stormforged Axe to pop one of them. Farseer to kill it. Zombie Chow to kill that. And I will trade away my Violet Teacher and give him another card. Make a totem in lieu of the Pyromancer because the healing totem would actually be really good here. And I had a 50-50 chance of getting it. I did. They still died of Consecration, but if he doesn't play Consecration for another turn, these things will actually heal up to 3. So I hated giving him a card off that Blessing of Wisdom, but I had to because I didn't want him to have the free kill with True Silver Champion. This way he technically can't get past a Taunt Totem without some help. Blessing of Wisdom was actually very good. I mean, I think I made the right calls with that Violet Teacher, but it did give him 3 cards for 1 mana over the long run, so it was good for him. Oh my god, he has Equality. That's terrible. Well, now you can kill the Totem and True Silver to kill the Fire Elemental. He does take 4 net damage, but it's worth it, of course, to kill that thing. And everything I have is really weak, so if you can play a big minion, I'm going to be in big trouble. And that'll do, pig, that'll do. So this is 6 health, which I cannot quite kill with my stuff. Balls. Alright, Sludge Belcher's a good top deck. I still have 2 Earth Elementals in here, which would be friggin' amazing. Alright, well, we'll trade this for Zombie Chow. Kill that Recruit. Play Pyromancer. No reason to throw the Zombie Chow at this thing, so we'll just pass the turn. He's essentially at 25 health because this thing will die at some point. I've got a pretty weak board. Lots of totems, no bloodlusts. I need to get my Earth Elemental pretty soon. There's 2 in there. And he has a Blessing of Kings. Well, I have 1 more Hex, which I also need now. I don't have any Silences. He has a 9/7, which I cannot kill. I only have 5 damage. I've got this Taunt Totem in the way. And he's empty. If he had any more cards, I would be screwed. But this is getting dire. I gotta get my Earth Elemental or a Hex very soon. Direwolf Alpha is intriguing. Very intriguing, because this might actually let me do a conga line and kill the Guardian of Kings. Let's see, 4, 5. Ah, my stuff's not placed right. Damn it. Okay, 1 plus 3 is 4, 5. Yep, still not quite worth it. I gotta make sure I do this correctly though, because if I do this wrong, I will waste damage. I really want this and the Zombie Chow to be buffed by the wolf, but I cannot do that unless I throw the spell damage totem away against this Recruit. Alright, I'll do that. So we'll do this. Throw the spell damage totem away like that. Now I've got 7 damage here. Totem. For 1. That's the turn. So he probably doesn't want to True Silver my Taunt Totem. Which means he needs to get a good top deck. And I have 2 Earth Elementals in here. And a Hex.
Reporting for duty.
I am the blade.
That is actually a really good drop because it's a 5/4. And 5/4s are pretty good here. He's going to hang on to True Silver Champion, predictably. But luckily, with spell damage, I can actually kill it. Oh, that card is so bad. For so many reasons. So we're going to kill this Recruit. I'm going to attack him with the Healing Totem. If this Taunt Totem lives another day, though, notice that I'm guaranteed to get my Healing Totem back, so I will throw the Healing Totem away and replace it with a 2 Toughness Healing Totem, if that is a possibility. Does he have a way to kill the Taunt Totem with this card? The answer is no, he does not. Okay, so it's perfect. And there's Earth Elemental. Perfect. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this and think. It's the best way to do things. Well, I can't really do anything about this Panther. So I might as well actually throw away my Healing Totem so that I can replace it with a fresh one that has 2 health rather than 1. You never know when that might matter. Earth Elemental is really good. I mean, you can kill it with the Panther and the True Silver Champion. He will take 6 net damage, but he's got plenty of health. So yeah, he's actually in decent shape. That Panther helped him a lot. I, however, have another Earth Elemental in here, which if this game drags out, I might actually get. I also am ahead of him for fatigue reasons, so I might win on that basis.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, Farseer is nice. So, how do I want to do this? I think the smartest thing is to use the Totem to pop the shield and remake it. And then use the Taunt Totem to kill the Recruit because it's going to get healed by the Healing Totem anyway. This allows me to heal myself and hit him in the face. Alright, I'd say that I have the advantage here, both for fatigue reasons and just for board reasons. Consecration would kill most of what I have, though.
The gates are open.
Lord of the Arena is another annoying card. But I can kill it. He's playing these expensive 6-drops that have bad health, which is helping me tremendously here. Ascension is a good card. I'm going to put it over on the left, of course, so that it gets next to my wolf. And I think here I want the Taunt Totem, so I'm going to get that first to guarantee it. Then I'm going to use my Farseer and the 1/1 to kill that off. We'll use the Spell Damage Totem to kill that guy. He's going to get healed up. And think, do I want to use the wolf to kill this? That would rob me of the attack on the Wrath of Air Totem. I think I'm going to hit the wolf. I'm going to hit him in the face with the wolf. I like the attack power on this because it gives me a minion sweeper, which is renewable. And the Ascension is going to kill this guy anyway, unless he gets a good top deck. But even if he does get a good top deck, I can get a good top deck too. Alright, he doesn't get a good top deck, he actually gets a very bad one. And he'll kill the Taunt Totem, which is smart. Alright, there's Earth Elemental number 2. I'm going to say I'm sorry because that really must feel quite unfair. Do that. Do this. Face with the wolf, who's been taking quite a few bites out of him. Healing Totem being very good here. Healing up my Ascension to where the Infiltrator can't kill it, but I've got this Earth Elemental anyway. He's got an Abomination, which is not very good for him, unfortunately. I mean, it will clear out all my stuff, but it will not help against the Earth Elemental. He needs to use the Infiltrator to attack my Earth Elemental, and he realizes that. Well played. Alright, so if I hit the Earth Elemental with my... Or sorry, the Abomination with the Earth Elemental, my Earth Elemental will die. But the Ascension actually survives against this Abomination, so I will use my other stuff to kill it. So you do this. And then this. Wolf's gonna die anyway, so you do that. Pops. Then you make a totem, hopefully getting a healing totem. Not that it really matters. I actually got very lucky with my totems. Not that it matters because he was actually dead. Alright. So, yeah, that's that. I'm amazed that he said well played given how bullshitty the win was since I had 2 Earth Elementals. And since that was a long game, we're gonna go ahead and stop it right here. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and or subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Take care.